Section A rests until the vocals "So It All Began" come in with 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then you're going to add the kick to that same pattern. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So it's and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 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 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Section B, keep the same pattern. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 into the yellow. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. The yellow feels kind of unnatural because you're not used to going 4. So you can cut that part off and play it like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. One more time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Or you can play it like it's written. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Section C, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So again, just the blue. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 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 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Section D, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and the 3 and the 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and the 4 and the. So let's break those down. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and the 4 and the. So it's. Right? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and the 3 and the 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and the 4 and the. Section E, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and Section F. 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3, and 4. 2 times. So 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3, and 4. 1 and 2, 3, and 4, and 2, and 3, and 4. Section G, 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3, and 4. 1 and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1 and 2, and 3, and 4. Section H. Section H. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 3 times. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and into the fill, which is an inversion of the thing you did in section D. So watch this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3E and a 4, which is backwards from what you did in section D. Right? So becomes 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Section I, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Seen that before, so let's go into the next part. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 4. The flam's gonna sound better with sticks and not roots. 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 3. Section J, you've seen this before. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and a 4, and a, into 1, and 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3, and 4. Section K, 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3, and 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3, and a 4, and a, and then you're going to drop back with the 1 when you transition. So the final 2 bars. I typically play it on the crash on accident, but it sounds fine. Right? Which is 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 2, 3 and a 4 and a 1. 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 2, 3 and a 4 and a 1. A little bit faster. 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 2, 3, 4 and 1. 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 2, 3, 4 and 1. Section L, 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 2, 3 and 4. So. Section M, 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 2, and 3, and a 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Now for your sticking, make sure you start after the 3 with your left hand so that you're in the proper crash position. 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 2, and 3, and a 4, and so that you can be here for 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4. Section N, just a 4-bar rest. Section O, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 notice the body mechanic I use right here. On the 1 and 3, I'm kind of leaning here. On the 2 and 4, which is where the hi-hat is, I'm leaning this way. So I start with 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that kind of helps me keep the flow of that final bar. So here's all the bars, once slow, then fast. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 a little bit faster. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And that final bar is a Section P, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and up, and then an 8-bar rest. Section Q, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and twice into 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4. So it's going to go this bar twice, then this bar twice, back to this bar twice, and then this bar once. Section R, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. Takes a little bit of body movement, but it's a square, so it's not too difficult. It's just really fast. Let me do it a little better without getting stuck in the middle of the toms with the root. So again, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. Your stick shouldn't be as floppy and get stuck like that. Hopefully you're not performing with roots unless you're way better than I am. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. Or 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. Section S, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 twice. 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3, and 4. Into section T. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. A 1 and E and 3. A 4 and a 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Let me break down those first two bars a little bit more because they're kind of tricky. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. A 1 and E and 3. A 4 and a, and then into your 1 on the bell, wherever you place it. I don't always move it to the ride. Sometimes I end up on the crash. The cadence of it is also kind of strange. It's not really, it's sort of, it's almost like ba 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 da instead of ba da ba da. So it's almost like a 3 and a 1 more than a 1 2 1 2. One, two, 1 2, but it feels like you're doing 1 2 3 1. And then don't forget, you have to be following up with a 1 right after that, so it's all got to be one continuous flow. And then you're booking, cooking through the next line. So 1 and 2, 3 and 4, a 1 and E and 3, a 4 and a 1 and 2, 3 and 4, a 1 and E and 3, a 4 and a 1. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, a 1 and E and 3, a 4 and a 1. Section U. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and twice. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4 and a. One and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So 2 parts that are tricky. The very final bar ties into the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and, right? So if you're going to play it across, you play that whole thing. And then the other tricky part is the crash on the and in the first bar. Because you're probably not used to that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So if you count that slow and then faster, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and then a little bit faster. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and